Thank you again for joining me on Proud of It podcast. I thank all those out there that are listening and understanding that what I've been saying and what I've been trying to get through to the American people is that we have many new nightmares popping up in our world, in our own lives, and it mainly stems from what has been perpetuated through the U.S. government and its policies, its laws, its corruption, its misleading tactics, and how it has become a great liar to the American people. It is the great liar that we see even in Revelation, just as I've spoken about almost 2 years ago now, and it is continually becoming a greater nightmare for our children, for our future, and it's a detriment to all mankind around the world because it is perpetuating lies that are far-reaching throughout the globe. And we as American people cannot stand for it any longer. We have to understand that our children are being lied to, that we are being lied to, and that corruption is running rampant throughout our country at this point. They are allowing migrants just to continually walk across our borders while they're giving billions of dollars to Ukraine. Nothing of what the government is doing is for the American people at this point. It is for their own greed, their own power, their own willingness to continue to try to distract us from what they are doing within our country, what they are allowing on our radios to be played to our children, the music, the programming that they are allowing, creating all these programs for our children to be programmed to be evil, to love evil, to think evil is awesome, to think being a sexual deviant, to being a sodomite is great in the eyes of this American government. This American government has to change, people. We cannot continue saying, God bless America, while God continues to judge America. God is bringing judgment to America. If we do not get a hold on our government, if we do not start standing up to this tyrant of a government, we will all be trampled underneath its feet. Even right now, as we speak, we have a Speaker of the House that continually is trying to throw himself into a powerful position just so he can continue the corruption that he allowed almost 10 years ago when the House was taken over by the Republican Party. And now we have the same guy trying to impose his will where even many are telling him to step down. And he continually is trying to force his way. Anybody knows that if you're not accepted by the majority, then you need to leave. You need to step down. You need to go somewhere. But I don't believe in what they're trying to do right now, which is bring in a black Speaker of the House just because they say it would be the first black Speaker of the House. That makes no freaking sense. This is where our government is right now. where we are trying to be trendy. We're trying to be all this bullshit that doesn't matter to the American people. American people want people in there fighting for them. American people don't want your trending ass wanting a black speaker just because he's black. That doesn't make it right for him to have the job either. But neither does anybody want McCarthy, because we all know McCarthy is just a political hack piece of shit that just wants to continually manipulate the Republican Party and to make them bow and accept all the policies that Pelosi and every other no-good, corrupt bastard in there is allowing this country to be subjected to. We have to understand that we are on political fights on both sides of this aisle, that we have people that are not making any sense politically of any kind. They are just wanting to be trendy. They're not being smart. They're not being well-spoken. Even in the offices right now, even while they're speaking, they sound like total fucking idiots. I mean, yes, I understand that their heart might be trying to be in the right place, but it's not. It's not in the right place. The job should be given to the man or woman who can handle it, who can be about business, be about the American people's business and what we want to see changed in America, because we know we have to change it. This ship has to be turned. And we are the only ones standing. Those listening to this podcast and others are the only serious ones that are listening. We have to steer this ship. This ship has gone off course for way too freaking long. We've allowed way too many political hacks, even political hacks within the sectors of private industry, private tech companies that have censored our voices for many, many generations now, and continuing to censor their political opponents. This government is nothing but a banana republic type of government where they are stifling all political dissent against them. We know half these son of a bitches should have been voted out probably 20 years ago, but they've continued to stay. Why? Because they are stealing votes. They are threatening people's lives. They're threatening your life right now. They're threatening every life that opposes them by all types and forms of threat. IRS, taxes, monumental taxes going up all across this country. Why? Because it's just another way for the party that's in power right now to continue to land grab, and then resell, and then make more money for who? The political party in question right now. I tell you right now, people, if you do not understand how big of a nightmare we are in and how you can continue to go to work every day knowing that your children are being lied to, your women are being raped, men are coming into your homes, stealing your women, stealing your life, and you continually go to work every day. I tell you, you better start understanding that it's not all about work, and it's damn sure not all about play. That when this thing comes crashing down, it's going to crash down on every head within American society and globally too, because we're not doing our due diligence to put the people in there that need to be put in there. I'm tired of seeing these clean-cut, piece of shit people in office. Clean-cut pieces of shit are nothing but liars, traitors, and no good son of a bitches to the American people. I'm tired of seeing people that do not represent American bodies in our offices. I'm tired of seeing piece of shit women dressing like total whores in our offices. When are we going to get it right, people? When are we going to stop caring about what people think about us? When are we going to stop thinking about what is going to happen to us? When are we going to start saying, what are we going to do to stop all this bullshit? To stop all this crazy ass bullshit going on within offices and governments, local, federal, and all types of governments, agencies throughout our land that have been lying to us, pissing on the backs of Americans, shitting on the backs of Americans in some states, totally shitting on Texas right now, totally dumping shit all over America. And when are we going to get the people in there that are strong enough to say, hell no, we're not going? This is a new year, people. This is a new day. We have a new day to make things right. We have a new day to fight. And we should fight for what we know to be true in our own lives. That what is going on within American culture, American societies, throughout our land is total bullshit. And we have to continually tell people to listen to the truth, whoever speaks like I'm speaking right now, because what I'm speaking to you is nothing but the truth of the situation and how we're allowing people just to tell us, oh yeah, we want this guy in because he's going to be the first black speaker. Who gives a fuck about a first black speaker? If the motherfucker can't do the job, we don't want him in there. And I hate to say it, blacks don't have the biggest, they don't have a good track record with running their fucking cities. How can they run a government? I mean, right now, every government that has blacks running it as mayors, governors, and everything are total pieces of shit. Run down pieces of shit where blacks are being shot like they're in a freaking war zone. Look at Chicago. Look at Philadelphia. We got to stop thinking about all this trendy bullshit that they're trying to push on us and make us think, oh yeah, that's the right thing to do just because he's black. We should vote him in. You're a no good piece of shit. Anybody that understands how government works and what government does should understand that all this shit is nothing but nonsense. It's almost comical. It's almost like what you would say in your 5th grade class when you're picking, a student for, whatever. This isn't student bullshit. This is global, nuclear powered, military powered, financially powered. The freaking whole world hinges on the moments like these where we allow ourselves to really comprehend how great our nation can actually be if we stand up and fight. And God is on our side. Where does everybody think that God is on the side of sodomites? Where does people think that God is on the side of liars, the great liars that are within our Congress, within our states, within our boundaries? Who believes that the Lord is on their side? Who believes the Lord is on the side of sorry-ass politicians that are trading our country for nothing. They're giving away our country, and we're dumb enough to allow our young people to think that that's cool, to think that it's all right to have battery-powered cars, when it's not all right. If we continue this way, we are subject to find ourselves and our children and our lineage. I mean, why the fuck did you have all these children, people? Why did you have them? So that they can fucking just fall off a cliff? You would have been better off to abort them all than to allow what you're allowing right now to happen to your children. This is a God-forsaken place at this point. And you got to stop thinking that God is for this. He's not for this at all. You have to understand that the people that you're seeing, even on your TVs, even on your radios, are a part of the program. They are a part of programming your children. They are a part of making you think a certain way. They are piles of pieces. They're the piles of shit that the government excreted onto your children, excreted onto you to make you believe a certain thing. If you cannot believe that there is a God right now, something's wrong, okay? You've lived way too long, people. Most people is 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 60 years, and you're still trying to convince somebody because you're a total dumbass to believe that there's no God, that there's no nothing. I mean, obviously those that do that just want to be evil. And people like that need to be cut off. They need to be silenced. Them are the ones that need to be silenced. Because there is a God. There is truth to life and to death. And we keep allowing our children to be taught the most bullshittiest things by this government entity that keeps perpetuating lies upon these people, upon our people, destroying everything that our forefathers, that your grandfather worked so hard to have. And you know what? If we have a new year, like I said, we have a new year to try to continually push for the right things in our lives. But we have to speak it. We have to say it. We have to know it. We have to be more than believers now. We have to be knowers. People keep telling me they believe. No. Believing is what you do when you first get saved. Knowing is what happens after you get saved and you walk 10, 15 years. Because there's nobody believing at that point. It's called you either know or you don't. And I hope that you're on the side of knowing. But if you are on the side of knowing, then you have to know these things too. That these people are nothing but piles of shit, piles of dung that are continually trying to heap more and more nightmares upon us to try to make us feel like we only have one way out of this. But we have more than just one way out. And quit thinking that these cleaned up politicians with their hair cut all fucking nice and their nice fucking suit and their nice way of speaking and their nice way of looking and all this shit. Because really in the end, that don't fucking matter a bit. We need people in there, scraggly head, beards, every fucking thing, fucking looking like tattooed up and understand what a real fight is. Because right now we got a bunch of pussy ass, no good son of a bitches, Mitch McConnell, pussy ass, son of a bitch, don't even know his ass from the hole in the ground, just making a bunch of deals for China, for your children, making a bunch of deals to destroy your next state the next state you live in, the next country, whatever, next city, town, looking to make a deal to destroy it. They don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about the country they're running. All they want is power. All they want is to feel important. They are piles of shit. And we have to get them out of office. We have to get people in there that actually care, who don't give a shit how they talk, don't give a shit how they walk. You know, we've had people in office that's actually went and had a dueled a guy about a law. That's the motherfuckers we want in power. We want duelers. We want motherfuckers that will pull guns and say, motherfucker, let's step outside and make this right. Because that's what they done for this country. You have people dueling each other for this country. And that's what we need in power. We don't need these pansy-ass piece of shit. Fuck the women. Throw all them motherfuckers out because all them motherfuckers are sorry as fuck. I hate to say it. Throw them all out. We need real motherfuckers in there. We need neck breakers, neck turners. We need fucking army motherfuckers. We need motherfucking... If you're army, you need to be running for fucking office. If you're fucking somebody that can't hardly speak good, you need to fucking run for office. Motherfuckers, y'all need to fucking run for office. The ones that say they wouldn't never be good at it, fucking run for office. We got to get these pansy-ass piece of shits out of office. We've got to get real men, real people in office. And we got to do it on the double. We cannot stand for these fucking no good pieces of shit, cleaned up piles of shit in our office to continually perpetuate what they're trying to accomplish, which is to allow our country to become a total evil, total rebellion to God, total monopoly on what truth is. We got to get these pieces of shits out of power, and we got to get real men, real women into power. I don't give a fuck if you're 30. I don't give a shit if you're 20. Run for office. Run. If you think you're strength, if you're a strong person, you don't want to bow to the evil that's being perpetuated, it's time to run for office. Get these piles of shit, pansy asses out of there so that we can accomplish a good thing. And at least say when we leave this earth that we tried to do the right thing. Because right now, all we're getting is pedophiles in office. All we're getting in office is Islamic bullshit. All we're getting in our office is anti-American, anti-white, anti-this, anti-that, anti-God. And it is time to bring the chariots. It is time to mount up. It is time to become a young man, an older man, a new man. It is time. Because if not, this new year will become just another new nightmare for the American people. I thank those who are listening. I hope you're paying attention. I know my message is very blunt and to the point, but it is truth. And if you can't accept it, then don't run for office, because this is the kind of motherfucker I want in office. And I'm just telling you, if you don't get these kind of motherfuckers in office, this government is going to walk and trample over the American people every single day. I thank you, and please spread the message to watch and listen to Proud of It podcast. Thank you.